do another one. You ready? Frankie Clark, rest his soul.
Rest his soul, my man Frankie.
My man, God, I get goosebumps, man. I miss him so much. And he, Frankie in the Actions, got to give him a plug out. And
Absolutely.
he was the one that always used to jump me. He was like, man, you don't always have to have quantize. And
right.
Just be real. And that's what Zeppelin. That's what all the old cats, man. That's what they used to do. Purple Haze, all those old songs. There was no quantize. They didn't know what that crap was back then.
Dude,
my fear with the album. All right, this is just my 2 cents, dude. You know, I'm just going to give it to you. The thing that makes me laugh about a CD is the fact that as a DJ for 20 years, nobody has any way to play them anymore. Like, I have, my brother's Mac has a CD thing in it that, you know, my brother's old Mac has a CD thing, and that's what I use to be able to play a CD. I don't have any way to play a CD. Album, I'm not being funny, man. I'm serious. But I got to say, I can walk in the other room, and my daughter, when she was living here, she bought a freaking record player. You know, people have more record players than they do CDs. It's the weirdest time in our lives right now, but the beauty is digitally, Apple Music, Amazon, you know, our regular routine, whether you use TuneCore, DistroKid, whatever you use, you can put 4,000 songs on there and it doesn't matter. Beautiful thing of streaming is it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, you know, do it, man. Just I wouldn't spend $1 million on the CD aspect of it, but I mean, I get what you're doing. I get why you're doing it.
Yeah, it's just a small run, but piggybacking off what you were just saying, you know, I had a CD collection here right behind me in my little man cave here. I don't know how many I had, but I mean, probably 1,000 CDs, man. And they just sat there for years. And I had quite a collection. And I realized I just don't listen to them anymore. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine named Jonathan Sloan, we were talking one time, and he goes, yeah, man, I took all my CDs. First, I took them to a record store and let them pick through and see what they would want to keep to sell. And then I took the rest to Goodwill. And I said, wow. And I never thought I would do it, but that's exactly what I did. I took all my CDs.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I took them to a record store called CD Cellar in Falls Church, Virginia, which is a great record store. They have CDs, vinyl, everything, mostly vinyl. But they picked through it, you know, and gave me like $120 and, you know, for what they could resell. And then I took the rest, just 8 boxes full of CDs. I took them to Goodwill and I just gave them to them, man. It pains me to say that, but I just wasn't listening to them. I listened to Spotify where you can hear anything you want. Man. And that's just the way it is. That's the way it is now, man.
Well, what's funny is I still have, you know, dude, when I was in Maryland, I started DJing on cassette. So that I couldn't get to the next song. I'm playing B-52s. I couldn't get to the next song. And so I'd start bullshitting in between the songs. And that's kind of what taught me how to MC, right?
Wow.
I had one of those little Kenwood CD players and then 2 cassette players. And then I went over to CDs. I still have all my original cassettes, all my original CDs. Then I digitized all the CDs. I had them all on a hard drive. Now it's just stupid. I mean, the size. I don't know if you can be able to see this. The size of this, a hard drive that big can hold 3 million songs of my life's work. It's the craziest thing, as you know. But at the end of the day, as long as one way or another you get it to the end user, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
But man, I don't have I have all these CDs and I don't have all the covers to them because I would put them in those DJ CD slot things. And not that they're useless, but they're a lot less valuable not having the covers and having them in, you know, 5-star shape or whatever. But that's, you know, speaking about your CD, dude, that Divine Static album, there were so many songs on that were just so powerful. You and Ronnie really did a good job on that. And if anybody, you know, you still have it up on iTunes. I know I saw it.
It's on iTunes.
People need to check out the Divine Static album, man. Y'all killed that thing. There was some really deep. What is it? Break My Heart? Is that what?
Oh, Shield My Eyes.
Break Me Open. Shield My Eyes, and then the other album was Break Me Open.
Release. That's one of my solo releases later. Yeah, that's a deep tune.
Off I go to try and stop my hurting. I will listen to what you have to say. we will dive where the water runs deepest. How you gonna heal me in a day? Are you gonna tell me it's because my father left me and my mom had more important things to do? You're gonna count down the reasons why I can't trust no one. I'd rather you just tell me what to do. Yes, it hurts when you break me open. I'm afraid of the things I will see. Yes, it hurts knowing that I'm broken and there ain't no fixing me. So break me open till I bleed.
But the Divine Static was, I mean, that was just a true labor of love, man. I mean, we set up a studio in our basement. We didn't really know what I was doing. A lot of credit goes to Ronnie because he's a little engineering whiz, you know.
Yeah.
And we just started recording a CD, like I said, not really knowing what we were doing, but we couldn't afford to go to a big CD, man. And we did that thing soup to nuts from our basement. Everything, single thing that you hear. Mixed it, everything. We sent it out for mastering. And I mean, it still holds up, you know. I mean, it kind of jumps around genre-wise. We didn't really know what we were as an original act, you know, so it kind of flip-flops around. But you could hear the seeds, you know, of what we were going to become down the road writing-wise. But yeah, man, I'm proud of that record because it took a lot of focus and a lot of hard work to see it through, and we did it all ourselves, you know.
Amen. That there's something to say for that. You're the independent artist before the independent artist was
Truth. Yeah.
Everybody wants to write their own things now. I mean, well, I say that, but like the songwriting, there's a lot of songwriting pools, a lot of songwriting, and I got into a conversation yesterday with my friend Mecca, who's going to be on the podcast too. And she was like, you know, the biggest thing is making sure there's complete clarity in these songwriter groups of exactly who's getting what, who's getting the songwriting, who's getting the publishing, and make sure that there's absolutely no confusion as to who's being awarded what for what they're doing. And I'm like, absolutely. Amen. I mean, it goes without saying, because I guess some people go in there, they feel like they gave more than this and that, and then the song never gets released or recorded or put on a shelf or in litigation over something stupid or greed, you know?
Yeah.
So when you guys wrote that album, I mean, we had no worries in the world back then. We thought we did. What the hell worries did we have back then when y'all were when we were able to morning, noon, and night? And my favorite thing, and you can still do it, and I can't do it. I love when there's a snowdrift, when there's 22 inches of snow outside, and you're paralyzed. You can't walk, you can't go anywhere, but you can just sit in your house in your basement and write and play. And in Orlando, there's no snow and there's no basements. Double.
Oh, that's right. You're in Florida.
I can't do either. But, right. You know, and that's another thing about Nashville. It gets pretty cold up there. I actually got footage of it snowing up there, right? But there's things from up north I miss. You know, the Redskins or the Commanders, or I think we're getting our Indian back, by the way, buddy. And I got to give you a shout out. Anytime I go to a game, Eric's up there jamming. You're like. So the last time I went, I'm going complete squirrel right now. Tammy and I went to that Philly game. And EU and Sugar Bear was up there playing, man. And I tried to explain to people about go-go down here, and they just don't get it. Nobody understands the DC go-go feel up there. But I could not. It was surreal hearing him sing "Doing the Butt" in real time.
Yeah.
But they know how to football. DC knows how to football. The Caps are doing good. Ovi's supposed to get that. You know, not to date this, but there's a lot of excitement in DC. The two biggest acts, I guess, besides you, is Stacey Lattisaw and Johnny Gill. I think were the two biggest names, R&B names, to come out. But I think that
Marvin Gaye from DC.
Marvin?
Yeah.
I'm educated now. Damn,
oh yeah, Marvin Gaye from DC, Washington D.C. A lot of people, man. Roberta Flack. I mean, we can go on and on.
Come on, please, no, give them to me. No, give them. I want to know.
DC?
I knew Roberta.
I mean, Roberta Flack, Marvin Gaye, Gil Scott-Heron, Mary Chapin Carpenter. Who else? Well, when I'm under the gun, I can't remember.
Wait, Eva. Wait,
Cat-
what was the one Tierney used to sing? Eva.
Eva Cassidy.
Eva Cassidy.
Excellent. Eva Cassidy. That's right.
Rest her soul.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
you used to work with are you still working with Jim, the dude who with Meredith Brooks?
Jim Ebert. I still do work with Jim
Jim
Ebert.
Ebert, man, that guy.
Yeah.
See, he has fulfilled my dream. All I want is a one hit wonder. I can do 1,000 songs. I'll give me a Tainted Love. Give me a Summer Six. Well, Bryan Adams had a bunch of songs, but just give me a banger that everybody will remember forever. But that song "Bitch" with Meredith Brooks is,
Yeah.
that was just
Yeah, he's that song still comes up in the studio sometimes. He said he still makes money from royalties on that song. I mean, I told him one time recently, I think, where was I? I was in Singapore or something like that, somewhere on the road, some far off way. And I heard that song playing and I was like, Jim, I heard that damn bitch song, I can't remember where I might have even been in Korea or somewhere. I don't know.
You got to watch how you word that. You just called a song a bitch.
Oh, well, that's what the name of the
That's
song
the name
is.
of the song, right? I'm a
the name of
bitch.
the song.
I'm a liar.
And that was her only hit. And she
Who
did
cares?
quite well. She did quite well with that one.
God bless her. Just like Alanis Morissette, how excited we were in the 90s when that was the very first album that I knew of that was recorded on an ADAT.
Oh, right. That's right. Her first one, Jagged Little Pill, was recorded on ADATs. That's right. That's
She
very
stacked those ADATs. And I'll tell you another artist we just forgot. My first artist.
Who?
That boy, Elgin Lumpkin. Genuine himself.
Oh, is he from DC?
He lives in Woodmore. Dude, he and I were at LUV Records together, and I would be in the studio with this dude 3 days. I mean, we were buddies, and he was
Wow, I
Michael
didn't know that.
Jackson-esque with his dancing, man. And then Atlantic guy picked him up, and just he blew up. I never realized my friend would write and create and perform the #1 stripper song of all time with Pony.
Right.
It's mind blowing. And
Yeah.
he hit me up on IG. I probably talked last year, but man, I hadn't talked to him in 30 years. I mean, so out of sight, out of mind. Oh, another one out of DC. Oh my God, dude! I used to work and archive all his music. Do the hustle, dun dun dun.
Oh, Van
dun,
McCoy. That's right.
Van McCoy and Clinton, Maryland. So he had
McCoy.
passed, and his sister was the publisher and everything. And I used to. He had 900 songs that nobody had ever heard of. Well, the two big ones was "Do the Hustle" and "Baby I'm Yours."
Yeah.
Baby I'm Yours. She's getting paid on that Buick commercial. I mean, she just knew how to make money on the publishing side of it, and. Yeah, I never forget how many bangers this guy had, and that just never got released. They were just archived. I still have my old DATs, my old ADATs, my old cassette,
Right.
the demos you and I used to do, and Tyranny and I, and just Lusky, the whole Maryland crew, man. I've been down here 25 years now, and I stay in touch with each and every one of you. I stayed in touch with Frankie until a week before he passed.
Yeah.
And and Mike, and I mean, you guys are just still slamming up there, man. You're doing your thing.
Frankie will be in my heart forever for a particular reason. Frankie Clark passed on the same day that my father passed away. I lost my father to COVID. Right after COVID went down, I'll never forget, March 14th I was playing a gig, and the next day, like, everything shut down. And my father was diagnosed on April 5th with COVID, and then he died on May 8th, and it was the same day that Frankie passed away. So I'll always remember Frankie for that reason. He was kind of larger than life, my man Frankie.
Man, I'm sorry to hear about your father, man.
Yeah,
I've lost
thank you.
mine too. So there's no worse pain. And and Frankie, man, nobody wanted to live more than that guy. I mean, he had been a mentor of mine. My dad had been his teacher. In high school, Carlson High School. And I've known Frankie my whole life.
Yeah.
Literally probably since 1973, since I was at least 3 or 4 years old, I've known him that long. And and when I got to be around 13, I remember I didn't have a guitar player. He'd play talent shows with me, and he went by Fat Frank. As he got older, he thinned out, right? But Frankie in the Actions, man, that guy was a mentor to me. A phenomenal artist, graphic designer. I mean, Paul Reed Smith gave the guy kudos, man. Gave him his own guitar.
Yeah.
He's oh man, and his daughter Zoe and Elizabeth. I mean, I don't really talk to Elizabeth, which I wish I talked to his wife more, his widow more, but I do keep in touch with Zoe, and they just had a baby, and it's just it breaks my heart he's not here to see a lot of it. But I mean, he's looking down on us, and as they all are, right?
Yeah.
But man, you two, you guys are the OGs. I mean, we kind of all are. I mean, we've been around for a very, very long time. I know back to the DC scene, you got some really cool gigs. I mean, Alexandria, you do a lot in Annapolis, you do some in Baltimore. Are you doing anything over in National Harbor? Do you ever play over there? Besides Ronnie's place, what Bobby McKee's is that?
Yeah.
That's his.
Yeah, he doesn't play. Bobby's in Myrtle. I mean, Ronnie's in Myrtle Beach now. He doesn't even play at Bobby McKee's anymore, but it's still there.
Yeah.
But that National Harbor, they used to have like an original music kind of concert series thing that they would do outdoors. I mean, we played it years ago, but there's really nowhere over there for bands to play, not even cover bands, not to my knowledge.
No, not even. Well, unless you're doing a convention. Unless you're doing a convention at the Gaylord, or if you because I'll fly up there and do a couple gigs up there. Yeah, but I'm also at the Gaylord. What about like King Street and Old Town Alexandria and all that? Is there anything over there anymore?
Not really. I mean, not far from Old Town. Of course, you have the Birchmere, which is one of the best music venues on the East Coast. I mean, literally, I was just there. I don't know, 6 weeks ago, I saw a dude out of Portland, Oregon named Jared Lawson, who is a bad dude. Let me tell you, a soul singer-songwriter from Portland. But the Birchmere is great. Of course, the Hamilton is a place in D.C., which is a really, really nice venue, 500-seater. And they also have a couple newer rooms, Anthem, right in on D.C. Wharf, which is a great place, like 6,000 seats. I mean, big touring acts, the Avett Brothers and people like that come through, will play there. And what's the other one I'm thinking? Oh, there's one in Silver Spring called the Fillmore, which is a great.
I remember the Fillmore. No, that's been around. And Blues Alley, is that still around?
Yes, Blues Alley is still around.
Blues Alley, man. But I heard
very famous blues jazz club.
Nissan, is it Nissan Pavilion?
Nissan Pavilion.
Or Meriwether, not Meriwether. Aren't they building something monstrous in Virginia? A whole new.
I'm not sure, but
yeah, dude. I read it last week.
One in Virginia, Jiffy Lube Live is still open in Bristow, Virginia, and Meriwether Post Pavilion is still open. In fact, I'm playing a festival. It's called Wine in the Woods. It's a long-running festival up here in Maryland, but it's right on the grounds of Meriwether Post Pavilion, and they have a huge stage there. They call it the Green Stage, and I'm playing there in May, so that'll be pretty cool. Bring my
hell yeah! I saw Hootie there. That was sick. Yeah, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh yeah.
What about Ram's Head? They're still doing their thing, yes?
Absolutely, Ram's Head in Annapolis still top destination for touring artists coming through. Top room on the East Coast. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, brother, I want to have you back on here, man. This is just part one. I mean, this was enlightening. What I'd like you to do is look into camera and just tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, man. Give everybody your handles and your information.
Will do, man. I mean, I have a website, ericscottmusic.com. I'm on Instagram, Eric Scott Music. I'm on Facebook, is Eric Scott Music. And we didn't talk about it too much, but I will be back on here. I've got a lot of new music coming out, man. I just sent you a single that I'm about to release. And I'm also writing an entire record with my trio right now. And it's just going really, really well. I'm excited about the new music. Feels great to be writing again. And next time I come on, we can talk about it. But, check me out online, and you can stay in the loop with what I got coming up. And hopefully I'll get to see some of y'all down the road.
That's what's up. What's the ETA on that new album, man? Wait, you got the live album is coming out when?
Got the live album coming out, and I'm simultaneously writing with my trio. We're going into the studio next. No, it's already April. We're going in a couple weeks, man, to record 3 songs, man. we've been playing together a long time, and we just decided, hey man, we should try to write songs together, just the three of us. Mostly it was them playing my songs, but I was like, what would it be like if the three of us just wrote, no preconceived notions, just what would happen? And that's what we did. We started bringing ideas to rehearsals and just writing as a trio. And I'm loving it, man, what we're coming up with, man. It's a little different than what I've done in the past, but it's still got that thread, so excited, man. As it gets closer, I'll keep you in the loop on that.
You've always had a killer vibe, man. I don't care if it's a ballad, if it's a, something jumping, funky, you name it, man. You do. When I hear your music, I can always tell you pour your soul out. And
Thank you.
But a lot of people, they can't open up. They can't open up enough. Me included sometimes, I mean, I went so dark on this Losing Myself single I did. I'll never go that dark again. And that was equivalent to your Break Me Open.
Yeah. It's hard to be. Yeah, it's hard to be super vulnerable like that.
Yeah.
You start thinking to yourself, man, does anybody really want to hear my deepest, darkest shit? Do they really want to hear that? But then again, if you think about it, when you listen to another artist and they bare their soul, like really just put it out there, I'm just like, wow, it hits me, man, hard. Like that's the stuff that I appreciate. I appreciate when an artist is so vulnerable, man. It resonates with me.
Same with actors. But my whole thing with Losing Myself was it was therapy, really. It was grieving therapy for me, to be real. But I also kept saying, can I help somebody? Can I help somebody by telling my story?
Absolutely.
Can I help somebody else? Well, even if one person listens to it.
Yeah, that's the
mission accomplished.
That's a big reason why we, expose ourselves, so to speak, and because in hopes that it'll resonate with somebody else and help them. And so, no, I'm not alone. There's other people that feel this way too.
Everybody. There's always somebody that has it worse, and it's so hard when you're in the middle of your bullshit, my bullshit. We're in the middle of our own stuff. It's hard to see it that way, but yeah, man, I'm blessed, and to be able to do what we do, and to love what we do. I tell everybody, you find the right woman and the right occupation, you're gonna live a very happy life.
Amen. Yeah,
I think that's good advice.
Yeah, it is.
Because both of them can beat you up pretty bad if it's the wrong call, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all right, Eric, much love to you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks for having me, man. It's good to see you. Good to talk to you, man. It really is.
You as well, my man.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm wishing you all the best for real.
Thank you. Right back at you, man.
Thank you.
Okay, bro. Peace.